For the first time since President Donald Trump took office, the CNBC All-America Economic Survey shows more than half the public approving his handling of the economy, and it appears to be having some impact on his overall job approval rating. The president's economic approval rating surged 6 points to 51% with just 36% of the public disapproving, a 6-point drop from the March survey. His overall approving rating rose 2 points to 41% from the first quarter survey, but the percentage of Americans who disapprove dropped 10 points to 47%, the lowest recorded by CNBC during his presidency. Trump's approval rating remains negative, at -6, but it's also the lowest negative rating recorded since he took office. The survey suggests that the recent controversy over the president's decision to separate children from their parents at the border has had little effect either way. The poll of 800 adults nationwide, with a margin of error of plus or minus 3.5 percentage points, was conducted June 16 through 19. While the controversy over the separation of children from their parents dominated the news. But any impact on the president's approval rating is difficult to find in the data. A comparison of the polling conducted Saturday and Sunday with Monday and Tuesday, when the story was more prominent, shows little difference despite considerable public outrage. People are so locked into their partisan views that it's really hard to move those approval numbers, said Micah Roberts with Public Opinion Strategies, the Republican pollster for CNBC. The most consistent thing about his presidency is how much people who love him, and how much the people who hate him, hate him. The poll does show that a 51% majority of Americans disagree with the president's immigration policies, but the level is unchanged from last quarter and last year. It is the worst issue for the president among the issues polled by CNBC. The rise in the president's economic approval comes with growth running about a percentage point higher than it did during the Obama presidency, with unemployment near a 20-year low and amid what is believed to be a very strong quarter for growth. That has translated into positive views by the public on the economy that are reaching new records for the survey. 54% of Americans say the economy is good or excellent, the highest recorded by CNBC in the 10 years of the survey. Just 43% say the economy is fair or poor, the lowest in the history of the survey. Positive views on the economy have surged 20 points since the election. And for the first time, the percentage of Americans saying the economy is excellent outstrips the percent saying it is poor. Americans look for a strong 4% gain in their home values in the next year, equaling the highest percentage previously recorded in 2007. The president's economic approval numbers come with some support from Democrats, said Jack Campbell with Hart Research Associates, the Democratic pollster for the survey. There is a component of Democratic base that's willing to acknowledge the improving economy and willing to give Trump a certain amount of credit for it, Campbell said. A large number still disapprove of Trump on the economy, but 30% of Democrats is not nothing. However, there remains a 10-point gap among those who approve of Trump's handling of the economy and his overall approval rating. That gap exists even among conservative Republicans, who give the president a 96% approval rating on the economy but 85% overall. One of the biggest gaps is among non-whites. 39% approve of his economic stewardship, but just 23% give his overall presidency a thumbs up. On specific policies, the president's biggest winners are tax cuts for individuals and businesses and renegotiating trade deals. His biggest losers: immigration, repealing Obamacare and reducing regulations on banks. A strong 58% majority also support his negotiations with North Korea. A plurality of 45% approve of Trump's imposition of tariffs, with 38% disapproving. One problem for the president: just 34% of Americans say they have seen an increase in their take-home pay because of the tax cuts, roughly the same as when the question was asked in March. And just a quarter of the public give Trump direct credit for the improvement in the economy. Still, that far outpaces congressional Republicans at just 3% and former President Barack Obama at 6%. That result is pretty terrible for Republicans, said Roberts. Things are trending up for President Trump on the economy, but it's not necessarily translating into things trending up for Republicans. Asked whether controlling Congress